On low Canadian, this Brandon Hickman ran at LSU, North Carolina A&T. 3 times he's gone sub 10, including this year already. So he's fit and shown that he's quick.
This is Akeem Blake. I was waiting to hear the audience because of the crowd, because there's so many Jamaicans here. He ran really, really well. He's already gone under 10 seconds this year.
I should pause for Oblique Seville then, too.
I'm telling you, it's like a home crowd.
Hey, and what's crazy, we're going to go to Philly, and it'll be like that there in Philadelphia, too, right?
Absolutely.
Jamaicans are mad for track up in Philly. There's Kenny.
He's a slam winner already. Dominant in the 200 and really has been sharpening his skills here in the 100.
Yeah, a couple of Olympic silver medals. Zharnel, Hughes, bronze at the World Championships in Budapest. Got a handful of global relay medals as well for Team GB.
And added to this field, adding some real class here with Andre de Grasse. He's Canada's king of medals. He has 7 Olympic medals and 5 World Championship medals. There's just no one that compares to him. He shows up when it counts.
Yeah, I said to you guys, if this has been Olympic year, I'd like, okay, I'm going to bet on him right now. I don't know what to do in 2025. Benjamin Richardson, 100 and 200 Olympian for South Africa, rounds out the field there in lane 8. So 8 guys, 8 really good guys. Watch for Kenny, obvious, there in lane 5, as he is the slam champ from Jamaica. Steve Cram upstairs.
Some of the other guys. He's in lane 8. So Oblique Seville in 4. He's one of our racers. Bednarek also, and Zharnel Hughes. The challengers in 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8.
I do expect Oblique Seville to have a much stronger showing today. The thing about Kenny in Kingston had a stumble that kind of ruined his momentum. So we'll see if he's able to go through his phases smoother today.
Men's 100 meters, race 1 in the short sprints. Pretty even start, all right in the middle. Seville has got out strong, so is Akeem Blake alongside him. Bednarek is trying to run the 2 of them down. It's going to be very close here. It's going to be Kenny again! 978! Whoa!
I knew we'd see 9.7 today.
Oh, I just was waiting for the wind reading. It's plus 2.4. Oh!
That's okay.
He doesn't care.
That's okay.
Look at him go. He doesn't care.
That's okay.
Go on, Kenny. He's going to run it again just to show how good he was.
He needs to chill. He's still got to run the 2 tomorrow. But the thing about running 9.7 or running really fast with the wind, your body felt it. Your nervous system felt it. So that's in his legs now.
Aww.
Considering what the women ran, I knew we would see 9.7 today.
Oh, such a shame with that, isn't it? You know, the first thing I was looking for was we were waiting for it to come up, and it comes up 2.4. Yeah, so anyway, just to remind you, anything over 2 meters per second cannot be counted for record purposes.
For record purposes.
But he knows, I mean, first of all, he won.
He did.
And the guys ran well. Seville got out well. Blake got out really well, really well. But he's so strong. Once he's up, that momentum he has in the last 20, 30, can't hold him back.
No. For mental purposes, 9.7 anything is really, really good. So you can tell by his response, he's happy about that. He's not really concerned about the win and all that. He knows that this is good for what he's going to be able to do moving forward. So coming out the blocks, he did kind of stumble still in his first couple of steps. But moving through the drive phase was a lot smoother than Kingston. Wasn't in front, but was near the front of the pack. And coming out of his transition, his top speed is definitely in a place where it needs to be. He was happy before he even saw the clock. So with Kenny, and I mentioned this when I saw him run earlier in Kingston, I would like to see his elbows open up a little bit more on his ground strike, just to get a little bit more extension. But as far as being streamlined, Kenny's in a really good place technique-wise.
I love we're getting, I mentioned the stats that we're getting. We're getting this every 10 meters. He was level with Blake. He caught Blake by 50 meters, and then he took 100. Every 10 meters, then he took another 100.
Kenny Bednarek delivered one of the most impressive sprint performances of the 2025 Grand Slam track season in Philadelphia, winning the men's 100 meters in a sensational 9.78 seconds. The time cannot count as an official personal best, because the wind was plus 2.5 meters per second, just above the legal limit, but the number still tells us something important. Bednarek is operating at a level where a legal sub 9.90 performance is becoming a realistic expectation rather than a distant possibility. The quality of the field made the performance even more significant. Jamaica's Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake arrived with legitimate sub 10-second speed, while Olympic medalists de Grasse and Zharnel Hughes brought years of championship experience. Benjamin Richardson also entered as a dangerous South African challenger. This was not a race where Bednarek simply ran away from weak opposition. He had to execute against athletes capable of producing elite acceleration. The most interesting part of Bednarek's race was actually the beginning. He did not produce the cleanest first few strides. His start has been one of the areas where he can still improve, and there was again a slight hesitation during the opening phase. Seville and Blake looked sharper immediately, giving the Jamaican sprinters an early advantage. But Bednarek did not panic. That is one of the biggest changes in his sprinting. Instead of trying to compensate with excessive effort, he settled into his drive phase and gradually built speed. The transition from acceleration to upright sprinting was smooth, and by around 40 meters, he had already closed much of the early gap. The decisive section came between approximately 40 and 60 meters. This is where Bednarek's greatest weapon became obvious. He was not necessarily destroying the field immediately after the gun. Instead, he was building speed while maintaining his mechanics. As Blake and Seville began to reach their maximum velocity, Bednarek continued to gain momentum. That distinction is crucial. Elite 100-meter sprinting is not simply about producing the fastest start. It is about how effectively an athlete converts acceleration into maximum velocity, and most importantly, how long that velocity can be maintained. Bednarek has developed into an exceptional athlete in this area. Once he reached top speed, the race began to change rapidly. Every few meters, Bednarek created a little more separation. His stride remained powerful without looking unnecessarily forced. His posture stayed controlled, his movement was directed forward, and there was no obvious breakdown as he approached the finish. That was particularly impressive considering the wind. A plus 2.5 meters per second tailwind clearly assisted the athletes, which is why the 9.78 cannot be compared directly with legal performances. However, wind does not create sprint mechanics from nothing. Bednarek still had to generate the acceleration, maintain his posture, coordinate his stride, and finish the race. His reaction afterward was also revealing. Bednarek celebrated before he even had confirmation of the official time. That body language suggested he knew exactly what kind of performance he had produced. It was not a surprise victory. It looked like the result of a race pattern he increasingly understands. For his opponents, the worrying part is that Bednarek still has room for improvement. The start remains the obvious target. If he can reduce the hesitation in the first 20 meters without sacrificing the exceptional speed he produces later, his legal performances could improve significantly. Imagine combining a more efficient opening phase with the same 40 to 100 meter performance seen in Philadelphia. That is where the possibility of a genuinely elite legal 100-meter time becomes very interesting. Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake demonstrated why Jamaica remains such a major force in sprinting. Their opening acceleration put pressure on Bednarek immediately, but they could not maintain the same level once the American reached his maximum velocity. De Grasse and Zharnel Hughes, meanwhile, showed how difficult it is to compete with the younger generation when the race becomes entirely about maintaining speed. Bednarek's development is particularly remarkable because his reputation was built primarily around the 200 meters. He won Olympic silver in the event and has long been recognized for his exceptional speed endurance. Now those same qualities are becoming increasingly dangerous over 100 meters. The Philadelphia victory also continued his extraordinary Grand Slam track campaign. He had already established himself as one of the league's most consistent sprint winners, and another victory reinforced the idea that his success is based on repeatable performance rather than one exceptional race. The timing of this form is equally important. With the major championship part of the season approaching, Bednarek is demonstrating that his speed is developing at exactly the right moment. The 9.78 itself will not enter the official record books, but its significance is psychological and technical. It shows that Bednarek has the physical capacity to run extremely fast. The next challenge is proving it under legal conditions. If he sharpens the first 20 meters while preserving the acceleration and top-end speed that destroyed the field in Philadelphia, Bednarek will be one of the most dangerous 100-meter and 200-meter sprinters on the championship stage. The biggest takeaway from this race is simple. Bednarek did not win because of the wind alone. He won because after a slightly imperfect start, he built speed better than anyone else in the field and maintained that speed all the way to the line. The illegal 9.78 may not count statistically, but as a performance indicator, it sends a very clear warning to the rest of the sprint world.